February is looking to be a Slayer month. Aloha everyone, what's going on my dudes? Welcome to another RuneScape news coverage video. For this video, we're going to talk about the updates you could expect for February. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, they came out with a decent amount of information in the live stream earlier this week. However, they mentioned that they were going to give us more details on a news post today, which did come out today, which is why I held off. And now we got that information for what we can expect for February. As I said in the intro, February is a Slayer month, ultimately culminating in a Slayer dungeon at the end of the month. So starting off on February the 7th, that's next Monday, War will be hosting an event that lasts until the 28th, right up until the update of the new dungeon. This event's called War's Reckoning, where there will be a number of helpful bonuses throughout the event active. Starting off, we have free deaths. This is an improvement to the free death bonus, which allows you to respawn with all of your items intact, instead of having to reclaim them. Please note that this is not available to Hardcore Ironman or free-to-play. You can also look at double Slayer and Reaper points, a reduced Marks of War cooldown, and the invention drain rate is cut in half. There's an increased luck on the rare drop table, 50% more Slayer XP from your tasks, which will not apply during the double XP that will come later in the month, and we'll talk about it in a second. And finally, the Elder Overload Golems will make a return at War's Retreat. These, however, are not available to Ironman, Hardcore Ironman, or free-to-play players. Now, as I briefly touched on for a second there, Double XP Live is making a return this month, so mark your calendars. This Double XP Live will return at 12 o'clock game time on Friday, February 18th. You then have until 12 o'clock game time on Monday, the 28th, the update day for the Slayer dungeon, to take advantage of the juicy XP boost. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Double XP Live events and how they work, but in case you are not, they last for a total of 10 days. During this time period, you have 48 hours of Double XP to use up as you wish. The clock ticks down while you're logged in-game, not when you're in lobby, and there is a pause button that you can pause on and off the timer to use Double XP at your own discretion. It is worth noting that if you do not use up your 48 hours within that 10-day period, you will forfeit any of your remaining hours by the end of the event. So use it wisely. Also, later this month, we can expect the return of the Yak of the Creation Yak track. If you recall a couple of Yak tracks ago, there was one focused around the Elder Gods, specifically Jas and Wen. This new one coming out this month will focus on Bic and Full, and obviously the cosmetics will fit accordingly. So expect a new Yak track sometime during this month as well. Now finally, the big token update of this month is that Slayer dungeon coming out Monday, February 28th. With this dungeon, we're going to finally see the release of those 3 Slayer creatures that were hinted at many years ago. I covered this when they were first talked about. Mod Shogun was making this as a game jam update, and being the nature of a game jam update isn't promised content, but it gained a lot of traction by the player base over the years and basically got the green light to be official content. Needless to say, we've been waiting for this for a long time, but these new Abyssal Slayer creatures are coming out on the 28th. In order to partake, you will need 95, 105, and 115 Slayer, depending on which of the 3 creatures you want to take on. And if I'm not mistaken, the way that these tasks work is they count as Abyssal Demon tasks. So you can get one of those tasks ready by the 28th when it launches, and you'll be able to kill these new Slayer creatures on task on launch. That, or you could just wait with your Abyssal Mask or Abyssal Helmet to get assigned the creatures right then and there. Now the last thing I want to touch on is a new dynamic lighting system that is being introduced with this new Slayer dungeon. Jagex is introducing point lights, which will cast dynamic shadows and give richness and depth to the area itself, especially older areas if they choose to add them. Keep in mind that these point lights do have to be added manually by the developer, so when this does go live in the Slayer dungeon, it won't be like a toggle in your settings that can apply to all of the game world. They do need to be placed in individually. Mod Huli said it looked really amazing when they were showcasing this in-house at the Lumbridge basement. However, don't expect that to be applied to the Lumbridge basement. I'm sure they were just doing that as a showcase, but they are looking forward to adding point lights to older areas to really make them pop. One of the biggest changes with the point lights that you can see in the demonstration is these hard edge shadows that they cast. I'm personally looking forward to seeing how NPCs and as well as the player character are going to look when they're walking walking in and out of these shadows, whether they're going to be engulfed in a shadow or illuminated by light, and just seeing how that looks dynamically as you're walking past these point lights. And I hope they add them to older areas of the game as well to give it a small new lick of paint. Anyways, that is pretty much it for February, what you can expect for the remainder of the month. Do let me know down in the comments below your opinions on everything we discussed. Love to hear your thoughts. And I'm going to wrap up the video there. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape LA, then hit that subscribe button. Because I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.